So today we will be talking about a topic related to child health, and this is also termed as RBSK. What RBSK stands for? Rashtriya Bal Swasth Karyakram. So what actually this is? Initially we used to have a school health program. Please, I don't want any whispering among yourselves. This is a very important topic which has been started not very recently. It was started in 2013, so it's like a type of new program only. And we used to have school health program, so it is a type of, a part of it is a comprehensive school health program. Why I am saying a part of it? Because here we are considering all the children from 0 to 18 years. School health में हम 6 years and above के बच्चे लेते थे. So a part of it is related to comprehensive school health program, and besides this we have taken into consideration children below the school age also. So as you can see, from survival to healthy survival. We just don't want that the children should survive, but we also want that they should be healthy too. हमने mortality indices तो अपने decrease कर लिए, deaths कम होने लग गई, but survival also needs to be healthier. So that is why our government came up with this program, that is Rashtriya Bal Swasth Karyakram. So under NRHM, that is National Rural Health Mission, as I told you, we have been able to reduce mortality over the last years. So what we wanted is, we wanted that we improve the survival outcome also. So RBSK was launched in February 2013. So almost 9 years are going to pass in next Feb when we started with this, and an estimated 27 crore children in the age group of 0 to 18 years, they are expected to be covered in a phased manner. So what is the crux of this RBSK? We are focusing on 4 Ds. Please, no talking. And what are these 4 Ds? They are defects, developmental delays, deficiencies, and the diseases. So we are focusing. Please, I don't want anyone to use their mobiles in the class. I don't want any one of you to click photos. Just listen to what I am saying and try to retain it in your brains, not in your mobile phones. So these are the 4 Ds, and our objective is early detection and management of the 4 Ds prevalent in the children, and our aim is to improve the overall quality of life of children. As from the very beginning I said, we have been able to make the survival possible of children, but we want this survival to be healthier. So what is the rationale behind this? So as I told you, there are 4 Ds. So defects, if we talk about of the defects at birth, about 1.7 million, they are accounting for 10% of the total newborn deaths and 4% of under 5 mortality rate. Then the deficiencies and diseases, if we talk about 47%, that is almost half of the population of children, they are malnourished. About 43% are underweight, or 20% are wasted. So we have a number of 8 million which are actually severely acute malnourished, and anemia in under 5 is present in about 70% of children, and dental caries, they are also present in a very large group, that is 50% to 60%. Then comes the developmental delays. So these make for 10% of the child population. So if we just see the target group under child health screening, we have divided the age group, as I told you, we are considering from birth till 18 years. So we have divided this from birth to 6 weeks, from 6 weeks to 6 years, and then the next group is 6 to 18 years, which is the school age group. And the estimated coverage is 2 crores, 8 crores and 17 crores respectively for these age groups. So in the first age group, that is birth to 6 weeks, babies born at public health facilities and home. So our focus is on these children from birth to 6 weeks, because that is the period when the survival is maximum at risk, because the child has come out from a different atmosphere and the child has to adjust into the new environment. Then comes the preschool children in rural and urban areas, especially the urban slums. They are from 6 weeks to 6 years. And then we have the school children enrolled in 1st to 12th class in government and government aided schools. So what are the benefits? We want to halt the condition from further deterioration. जितना जल्दी diagnose करेंगे उतना जल्दी treatment start होगा. We want to reduce the economic burden. Countrywide epidemiological data is available for planning various further plans and creating a developed society which is agile and able to compete with the rest of the world. So we have identified health conditions for child health screening and early intervention services, and there are 30 such conditions which have been identified, which fall into these 4 Ds: defects at birth, deficiencies, diseases and delays and disabilities. So under the category of defects at birth, we have neural tube defects, Down syndrome, cleft lip and palate, talipes, developmental dysplasia of hip, congenital cataract, congenital deafness, congenital heart disease and retinopathy of prematurity. Violent deficiencies, we have anemia, especially severe anemia, vitamin A deficiency leading to battered spot, or vitamin D deficiency leading to rickets, severe acute malnutrition and goiter. While under the category of diseases, we have skin conditions like scabies and fungal infection and eczema, otitis media. Then we have rheumatic heart disease, reactive airway disease, dental caries and convulsive disorders. Then under the category of developmental delays and disabilities, we have vision impairment, hearing impairment, neuromotor impairment, motor delay, cognitive delay, language delay. All these are disabilities or delays in their milestones. If we don't look at them at the right time, ultimately they might go into an irreversible, changeable condition. Behavior disorder, learning disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which we also term as ADH, and congenital hypothyroidism, sickle cell anemia or beta thalassemia. So these are the 30 identified health conditions which we are taking care of under RBSK. So how we implement this RBSK? Beneficiaries, as I told you, we have 3 categories: newborn to 6 weeks, then 6 weeks to 6 years and 6 years to 18 years. So what would be their site of screening? For the newborn to 6 months, it can be facility based or community based. So facility based, the existing health manpower would be taken care of. At the level of community based screening, ASHA would be taking care of this. For children 6 weeks to 6 years, that is the preschool age children, the site of screening would be Anganwadi center by a dedicated mobile health team. And for the school age children, the government and government aided schools with a dedicated mobile health team. So coming to the community based screening, where the ASHA is involved, what is the role of ASHA? She has to identify the birth defects among 0 to 6 weeks old through home visits, through pictorial reference books which she has been provided during her training, and she would be given performance-based incentives also for identifying these defects. Then she provides help to mothers for early stimulation of children of 0 to 6 weeks. Explain the screening program to parents and caregivers, because if the parents are not knowing that this is something abnormal, they would never report to a medical personnel. So they need to be explained about this screening program, and they need to be mobilized to attend the screening camps by dedicated mobile health teams at local Anganwadi centers. So these ASHAs, they act as a link between the people and between the medical personnel, and help the parents in referral services if they are required. Line list is maintained by the ANMs and Anganwadi workers, and they are used to mobilize the children. So what is the methodology of this screening process? We have three things: look, ask and perform. So as I told you, they have a pictorial reference book. So a simple photograph of a newborn child with any visible birth defects or abnormalities to be shown, and such tools will be used by the medical health technician or mobile health teams and ASHA for easy identification of health conditions. Then the second thing is ask. That is, there is a questionnaire tool in form of checklist for 0 to 6 and 6 to 18 year age group. So it is used for identification of deficiency, diseases, developmental delays including disability. Yeah, continuous busy in talking. आप आगे आ जाइए. Come, get up. Yes, you stand up and come in front. Are you not able to understand? So by asking them questions, we can know if there is a developmental delay or there are age specified diseases, so that there is an easy identification of those 30 selected disease health conditions. Then the third thing is perform. So clinical examination and simple test to confirm the condition. So basic tests can be used for identification of deficiencies and diseases. Example, swelling in the neck. So it can be examined whether there is a swelling in the neck, so that can be a goiter. So this is how the screening process has to go about. Then I had been telling you that dedicated mobile health teams are responsible for screening. So at least 3 dedicated mobile health teams are present in each block, which would be engaged to conduct screening of children. So what is the suggested composition of these mobile health teams? There should be 4 members in these mobile health teams: a medical officer, 1 male and 1 female, at least with a bachelor degree from an approved institution, an ANM or a staff nurse. So medical officers are 2, ANM or staff nurse is 1, and pharmacist with proficiency in computer for data management. And in case a pharmacist is not available, then other paramedics like lab technician or ophthalmic assistant with proficiency in computer for data management can be considered. So this mobile health team consists of 4 members. Then there is a toolkit for these mobile health teams for 6 weeks to 6 years and for 6 to 18 years. So these are the equipments for screening, including developmental delays like bell, rattle. Like if you want to see for if there is any hearing impairment, so आप bell बजा के देख सकते हो कि whether the child is reacting or not. Rattle बजा के देख सकते हो, या torch की light move करके उसका vision देख सकते हो. 1-inch cube, small bottle with resins, squeaky toys or colored wool, vision charts and reference charts. These are mainly for 6 to 18 years age group, because lesser than that children won't be able to perceive कि vision में उन्हें क्या देखना है. BP apparatus with age appropriate cuff size. Then a manual and a card specific to each age with age appropriate developmental checklist to record milestones to identify developmental delays. This is especially from 6 weeks to 9 years. Then equipment for anthropometry. So there are certain age appropriate anthropometry equipments like weighing scale, height measurement के लिए stadiometers or infantometers. If the child is a small infant, 1-year-old child है less than 1 year, then we can use an infantometer, otherwise we can use a stadiometer. Mid-arm circumference tape or bengal, non-stretchable measuring tape for head circumference. So all these are the toolkits that the mobile health team should be having. So what about the screening frequency? So this is the frequency, at least this should happen as per this. For screening at the school level, it should be once a year, and the block is the hub of activity, and at least 2 to 3 dedicated mobile health teams are needed for screening, and the villages are distributed among these teams. While at the Anganwadi center, we do the screening twice a year. Talking about the logistic support, screening and monitoring, there is a block program manager for the block team and medical officer at school and Anganwadi center. Then another very important thing under this RBSK is DEIC. You can get short notes on this. So what this DIC or DEIC is, this is District Early Intervention Center. So this is established at the district hospital, and the purpose of early intervention is to provide referral support to children who are detected with health conditions during health screening. तो हम जितनी जल्दी उनका इंटरवेंशन करेंगे उतनी जल्दी हमें अफेक्ट्स या रिजल्ट्स मिल जाएंगे. So these teams at DIC, they consist of about 14 members. So we have medical professionals where one has to be a pediatrician, one medical officer and one dental doctor, physiotherapist, audiologist and speech therapist, psychologist, optometrist, early interventionist cum special educator, social worker, lab technician, dental technician, manager and a data entry operator. So you can see जो हमारी mobile health team थी उसमें केवल 4 members थे जिसमें 2 doctors थे. Here we have 3 doctors, and we have, if you compare this with the list of health conditions that we talked about, 30 health conditions, उससे related सारे members यहाँ पे आ गए. Physiotherapist भी आ गया, audiologist and speech therapist आ गया, psychologist, optometrist, dental technician, उससे related सारे members इस team में आ गए. So what is the role of District Early Intervention Center? We provide referral services to refer children for confirmation of diagnosis and treatment. हमने screen किया, screen करके हमें उसे confirm करना होता है diagnosis को, and then only we go for treatment. Just on the basis of screening we don't start the treatment. Then screening children at the DIC, that is District Early Intervention Center, visit all newborns delivered at the district hospital, including those who are admitted at SNCU, postnatal and children wards, for screening all newborns irrespective of their sickness, for hearing, vision, congenital heart disease before discharge. So all children need to be screened for these diseases. It needs to be ensured that every child who is born sick or preterm or with low birth weight or any birth defect is followed up at the DIC. All the referrals for developmental delays are followed and records are maintained. The lab technician of the DIC would screen the children for inborn errors of metabolism, which you would have already read in your biochemistry in first MBBS, and other disorders. इसके लिए वो screen करेंगे at the district level depending upon the logistics and local epidemiological situations, and ensure linkage with tertiary care facilities through agreed MOUs. And children and students who are diagnosed to have a disease or deficiency or disability or defect and who require confirmatory tests or further examinations, they are referred to designated tertiary level public sector health facilities through these DICs. So we have a proper referral system also, where we can confirm the diagnosis and refer them to a higher center if that is needed. What is the role of state level committee? The states would conduct mapping for provision of specialized tests and services. In public health institutions providing tertiary care are not available, if they are not available, then private sector partnership or NGOs can also be explored. We don't want that there should be no care provided to them if there is no such public health institution providing such a care. We can have partnership with private sector also. So like at our institute being a private sector, but if we are providing such services which are not being provided in government setup, and if we have that partnership with RBSK, we can also provide those services, and like children can be referred to our institute. Then accredited health institutions, reimbursement as per the agreed cost of test or treatment packages. Then talking about the referral services, a 3-part referral card is to be provided to parents and caregivers and students with clear instructions and address of specified facility to be visited in the district. अगर हम उसे केवल verbally बोल देंगे कि यहाँ चले जाना, so that won't be possible. So we need to give clear instructions with address of the specified facility. And budget for the referral transport is provided through NRHM. Now talking about the primary screening level, so this is showing like these all are the health related conditions in children 0 to 6 weeks. So the screening level is being provided. Yes, what happened? These health conditions, their screening level is health facility at birth and even at home by ASHAs. Then these are the conditions which are screened by block health team, and these are the conditions which are being screened at DIC, and these are the actions that need to be taken at various levels. It can be through tertiary public hospital, through DIC, or at district hospitals. Even some of them can be managed at CHC level. So this chart is showing like which all conditions at which age group can be considered at which level. Then this is the image of a screening and referral card. This is how the card looks like. Here you can see in the very top part, they are all their details of the child, date of visit, the school or the Anganwadi where they are getting screened, the weight, then the information related to their parents or guardians, their date of birth, name of ASHA and mobile number, mobile health team which is doing the screening, and height. And हमने जो 4 D's की बात की है वो 4 D's यहाँ पे हैं. उसके अंडर जो health conditions आ रहे हैं, they are being shown over here. So we need to circle the health condition which we observe in a particular child. And then if the child is needing referral, then where this referral is being made, remarks of the first visit, name of the doctor and sign, and date and remarks of the second visit, and the signatures and the name of the doctor who was looking into that child. So this is to be filled by the mobile health team and the healthcare provider at the delivery point. So this is, you should know this, like you can be, once you move out, maybe you are working as a medical officer, so you would be, or if you are a part of this team, you would have to fill such a referral and screening card. Then this is the mobile health team register from 6 weeks to 18 years to be maintained by mobile health team. इस तरह का रजिस्टर मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा जहाँ पे जिन जिन बच्चों को स्क्रीन किया है, वो तो इंडिविजुअल बच्चों का था जो मैंने अभी आपको ये शो किया था, एंड दिस वन इज फॉर ऑल द चिल्ड्रन स्क्रीन. तो एक पूरा मास्टर टेबल हो गया हमारे पास रजिस्टर में. एंड दिस इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द डिक रजिस्टर, दैट इज चाइल्ड हेल्थ स्क्रीनिंग एंड अर्ली इंटरवेंशन सर्विस. हमने यहाँ पे कहाँ रेफ़र किया, क्या डायग्नोसिस हुआ, किस इंस्टीट्यूट पे रेफ़र किया, मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट दिया, सर्जिकल ट्रीटमेंट दिया, वो सब कुछ आ जाएगा. एंड दिस इज़ द RBSK मंथली रिपोर्टिंग फॉर्मेट. तो ये चाइल्ड हेल्थ स्क्रीनिंग एंड अर्ली इंटरवेंशन सर्विसेज का ब्लॉक, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एंड स्टेट लेवल पे जो पूरा मंथली काम हुआ है उसका फॉर्मेट है. इस रिपोर्टिंग फॉर्मेट में द रिपोर्ट हैज़ बीन सेंट फ्रॉम ब्लॉक टू डिस्ट्रिक्ट, फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रिक्ट टू स्टेट. तो ब्लॉक से आपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट पे भेज दी, फिर डिस्ट्रिक्ट सारे ब्लॉक्स की कंपाइल करके स्टेट पे भेज देगा. Now coming to the training and institutional collaboration. So a cascading training approach is adopted. Appropriate budgets are included in the state's annual program implementation plan, and it is proposed to identify collaborative centers in different regions of the country. So we have different institutes from different states which have been identified as collaborative centers. So a nodal officer at the state, district and block level will be identified for program monitoring, and block, as I told you initially also, is the hub of activity for all child health screening and early intervention services. So this child health screening card is to be filled by health teams, and health camp register is maintained by mobile block health teams. And the state nodal officer will send this report on a monthly basis to the child health division of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So हम ब्लॉक से डिस्ट्रिक्ट पे आए, डिस्ट्रिक्ट से स्टेट एंड स्टेट से नेशनल लेवल पे. So ultimately what we want to achieve is, through child health screening and early intervention services, we want early detection and management of the 4 Ds. So what were these 4 Ds? Disease, deficiencies, defects and developmental delays. So by early detection and management of these, we want to create a developed and healthy society. So with this I finish off.